We have this 30-year-old kitchen, a 30-year-old sink, 30-year-old faucet. It leaks, first of all.
Okay.
And I'd love something with a bigger spout for all my big pots and pans.
Sure.
And I'd really love a new sprayer, or a sprayer.
So that's your wish list?
It is.
All right, well, let's see what's underneath, see what we got to do. Well, I can tell you, look at this. It definitely is leaking. Look at the electrical box for the disposal. You see all that discoloration? That means water's on the electricity. That's not good.
No.
And now the hot and the cold pipe, they're green. They're not supposed to be green. That means they were leaking. And a couple more things. There's no handles on the shutoff, so we couldn't shut this water off in a pinch or in an emergency. So, a little bit of work to do down here. Let me run to the truck and bring the faucet in that I brought along today.
Great.
Well, I think I have a faucet that satisfies your wish list. Let me show it to you. It's a stainless steel finish, but look at this. The spout is going to be much higher.
Oh, great.
Now the spout is also the spray hose. So this pulls out, you can use it, and when you're done, it tucks right back in.
Fantastic.
Okay. Now, where there could have been a spray hose, we can add this, a matching soap dispenser. So that'll be really handy.
Yes, very.
All right. So now, we're going to replace these shutoff valves underneath here. I want to make sure they're nice and new. So I'm going to run to the basement and turn them off downstairs.
Okay.
So I've got the water off down in the basement, and to give myself a little bit of room to work, I'm going to get this disposer out of the way. I've broken the drain connection in the back, and now I just have to break this locking ring by turning it counterclockwise, and that should drop down. That should give me a little bit of room. Good. First thing I want to do is to cut these two small supply lines that connect our faucet to the hot and cold piping. There's one. Okay, so there's the hot. Now we can remove the old faucet. With a basin wrench, I can remove these nuts. All right, good. Ferris, just pull that straight up.
Okay. Wow.
On our new faucet, I want to be sure that no water gets down below this plate. So what I like to do is to put a little bit of plumber's putty to the base of this plate. So why don't you, good, roll that up.
Okay.
And just go right around that mounting flange there. Another one there.
Okay.
Very good. And then a big wide one right there.
Okay. How's that?
Great. Excellent. All right, now I'm just going to go below and put these nuts on and tighten them up. Now if we're making these nuts up in a tight spot, they actually have a special tool designed to fit that nut. And I can actually tighten it up. Now when I get this thing almost snugged up, I'm going to need you to hold that flange in the right position.
Okay, should I push it down?
Yeah, why don't you put it where it wants to be right now. You should start seeing some putty squeezing out.
It is.
Okay. I'm going to replace these shutoff valves. In order to do that, I'm going to unsolder these connections to get the old ones out. And now the other one. With our old shutoffs removed, I just want to clean up some of that old solder with an emery cloth. On our hot side, I just need to solder in one new piece of copper. Our new valves don't require soldering. It's actually compression connections. It has a brass nut, a brass ring called a ferrule that compresses around the copper pipe. And once we bring those together and tighten it up, it's a watertight connection. All right, our base plate is in place, and now we need to mount the faucet, but there's a few more connections to be made. Once we put this faucet down through the base plate, we need to anchor it to the sink. So there's a mounting plate right here. It'll come on to here and hit to the underside of the sink. There's a brass nut which will be tightened up. They provide a special wrench to help you tighten it up. And once that's made and held in place, we now can make up our connection to our spray hose. So that sticks on like so, and then there's a clip that just snaps into place. Now we're also going to install this weight, which is going to help to draw that spray hose back when it's not in use.
Okay.
Now we just snug up that mounting bracket. So now I just pull down my spray hose and I can make that connection. Just have to tighten that clip. All right, to make up our final hot and cold water supplies, I could use a stainless steel braided hose, but what I always prefer to use is a rigid lab supply. Now I've got to form this into place, so to keep it from kinking, I use a bending spring. That allows me to form it and bend it and not kink. All right. Okay, just hand tighten those nuts, and then I'll tighten them all up with 2 wrenches. Good. All right, water's back on first. Let's give it a try.
Okay.
You got your new soap dispenser
Oh,
and
this
faucet.
is nice.
All right, so hot's on the left, cold. Yeah, pull it out.
Yep. Okay.
Now there's a little button at the top. Hit that.
Oh, wow.
You can switch it back and forth.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
So you are in business.